former Packers player John Anderson here. John, you grew up in Waukesha. You played your entire NFL career with the Packers and now teach and coach in the Milwaukee area. What about the local area has kept you close?
Well, obviously growing up here, I've had a lot of family and friends around the area, and even though I went to school at Michigan, being drafted by the Packers brought me right back. And I guess when I was playing with the Packers, wasn't sure exactly where to set up permanent home, and liked the Milwaukee area, and decided to make this my off-season residence. And so when I got done playing with Green Bay, I just decided to keep living here.
Cool. Thank you. What did you learn from playing college football at Michigan for Coach Bo Schembechler?
I think you learned how to prepare to win. Everybody wants to win on Saturday or Sunday, and everybody's all emotional and flying around. But what do you do the rest of the week leading up to the game? And how do you go about methodically getting yourself physically ready and mentally ready so that when game day rolls around, you don't have to rely on emotion, because that's going to wear out real quick. But that you can go up there and be confident that you know the game plan, you know what they're going to be running against you, you know your plays, and that in itself gives you confidence. You're not unsure about yourself, you're not unsure what kind of stuff they're going to be doing for you. And so I think you get a little bit of advantage by going in being well prepared.
What did you enjoy the most about playing 12 seasons with the Packers?
Well, it's a job that you get immediate results. You look up at the scoreboard and there's no gray areas. It's black or white. You won or you lost. And if you won, it's a feeling unlike any other job I've ever had. If you lost, it's a hurt unlike any other job you've ever had. So you got to learn to live with both. And I was never really good with living with those losses. Those would stay with me longer than I wanted. And it took me a while to kind of get that out of my system. I often say my wife became my psychologist, because I often relied on her to get my mind right again prior to the next game. But just those highs and lows were something that you can't find anywhere else. And also just the relationships that you build with your teammates, the friendships that you develop for life. There's a handful of guys around the country, unfortunately, but they're there, who I can call up right now, and we can reconnect just because of our good friendship that started way back.
For sure. Definitely. All right, where do you stand on the Brett Favre messy departure from Green Bay?
Well, let me put it this way. I think Aaron Rodgers has done a remarkable job. The way he handled himself in that whole situation, with just keeping his mouth quiet, just going about his business, and then when he got the chance, stepping in and replacing a legend and doing it very, very well. I look right now, and I would venture to say I can't think of more than, I'd put him in the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. And I don't know that there's anybody in the league. I would say for the rest of, I would change places with Aaron Rodgers, because he's a young quarterback. I mean, he had a phenomenal year last year. I don't know if people know how good Aaron Rodgers is. Okay, and that's not to take away from Brett. Brett was probably the best player that Green Bay's ever had. I mean, what he did for that franchise is remarkable. But the fact that he's not here, I think the city, the franchise could have taken a major drop without the quarterback. But Aaron has filled in, and now is, I think, going to start making his own identity and making his own records and making his own legacy. And that's really pretty remarkable to have 2 guys back to back like that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, one last question. What current Packer player would you have loved to play with?
What current Packer player? I think their core of receivers would have been fun to just stick back. Now, we had a great one in James Lofton, maybe the best player I played with. But the Drivers and the Jennings, and now this young tight end,
Finley.
Just there's a skill level there that it's pretty good. And then when you got a guy, Rodgers throwing him the ball, that facet of the game is going to be in good shape for a long, long time. And Driver just keeps having year after year. I don't know how many years he's been playing now, but it seems like forever. But I haven't seen a drop in his production either. So they've got great attitudes. I think they're good teammates, and they produce too. Year after year, they just keep gaining yards and making catches.